Good afternoon. Good afternoon. To the north, to the south, to the east, to the west. My name is Tracy McLaurin, and I'm a transformational coach / speaker. And today I want to talk to all my queens out there of how you can get your king. It's just so simple. How you can attract a king. So let's talk about that. For me, I'm going to share my story. One of the things that I never did in my life was talk about my personal business, because I felt like it was no one's business. So here I'm going to tell you how I captured my king, or should I say how my king entered in my life 14 years ago / 15, was simple. I had to become the queen. I had to step into the queen role to understand what the king meant. The king needed a woman by his side to walk with him, to be there for him, not dominate him, not brag him, show off, and make him feel less of a man. A queen had to go in and she had to know her place. I had to learn how to shine, but I had to let him shine first. I had to step back and let him be the one that was in control. And I'm not talking about old ladies, gotta have that control figure. No. So you want that king, you got to learn some rules. And you got to be able to say, I know when to talk, I know when not to talk. I know when to speak, and I know what to say. I had to learn that. And it's not about him coming and being controlling in my life. That wasn't it. I wanted a king. See, I had a boy. I had a, what you would call a chia pet. I had a buster. I had those. Deadbeat fathers. I had those. I wanted a king. And in order for me to get that, God told me I had to become a God-fearing woman. I had to learn to become spiritual, because every king is going to need that spiritual realm. So I had to learn that. And I had to trust God for everything. Which means when my king might not always been right, I had to agree. When my king made some choices that I ain't like, I had to learn to suck it up and pick the right time to have the gentlest conversation with him about what he did. So we could work together, not apart. And it wasn't easy, because a lot of times we didn't agree on everything. A lot of times he got on my nerves. But I didn't leave, because my friends told me I should leave him. My grandmother said to me, keep running, and you're going to be running for the rest of your life. So I'm saying to y'all, my queens out there, you want that king, you got to get that crown. And you got to know what that crown means. It means loyalty, trust, honesty, integrity. It means that you need to step up to the plate and be responsible. You have to know your role. You have to know when you need to speak, and you need to know when you need to talk. You need to know what to say and how to say it. You need to know how to act. And you definitely have to have that charisma and passion and integrity about yourself. Michelle and Barack Obama didn't get there overnight. It took some time. Denzel Washington and his wife didn't get there overnight. It took time. My grandmother and my grandfather didn't get there overnight. It took time. So I'm here. And my king and I are still standing. And I'm glad that I still kept that fire in me. And I'm glad that I listened to my grandmother, because even though she's gone, I still have my king. And my king loves the ground I walk on, and I love the ground he walks on. So ladies, it's not about him bashing. It's not about you bashing him when he makes a mistake. It's not that. You got to be there. Sometimes you got to show him how to do it, but in a loving way. In a loving way. So, you want that king, ladies? We got to reform, rechange, transform our lives to be a queen. I know, because I had to do it for myself. My king didn't just show up. God sent him to me, because I began to wear the crown. And I began to do what it is that God called me to do. It wasn't about me being the leader. It wasn't about me stepping up to the plate. It wasn't about me doing none of that. It was about me being humble, respectful, knowing my place and my role. That's what this is about. So I had to learn those things. And one of the things my grandmother taught me was this. She used to always tell me any fool can make a baby. But being a man represents the character of taking care of it. And she used to always tell me any woman can have a baby. But being a mom represents the character of taking care of it. I learned a lot of valuable lessons from her. And I'm grateful for everything I learned from her. Because today I wear my crown, on my hat. And I still got my king. I'm making this video because T. Smith and I talked about this specific thing. I'm letting you into my personal space so you can understand how this transformation thing works. My king got on my nerves at times, y'all. Yeah. But I came from this specific scripture to help me understand what it is to keep my king. 1 Corinthians 13, love. It trusts, it believes, it respects. It keeps no record of wrong. It's not easily angered, it's not provoked, it's not self-seeking, it's not jealous. And it doesn't argue. It's not perfect, but when perfection comes, imperfection disappears. When I was a child, I act like a child, I talk like a child, I reason like a child. But when I became a man, I put away those things. That is what kept me ground-rooted in my king. Because of me becoming the spiritual God-fearing woman that God called me to be. And today, my king and I still shine. Like right now, my king is going through something. And I'm going to be right there by his side. To hold his hand to level him up. Because his mom is sick. And I got to be there for him. Because that's what a queen does. Ladies, you want that king? You got to become that queen. You got to build that foundation. And you got to know the right ingredients to pour in it. You got to know when to talk. And you got to know when to walk. You got to know when to love. Even when you don't want to. So I'm just saying. Ladies, get that crown. You get that crown, your king will be right there. He ain't going nowhere. 14 years and we still standing. That love is real. I'm Tracy McLaurin, your transformational coach / speaker. And I'm a God-fearing woman. And that's how I got my king. You want it? I can help you transform your mind in 30 days. So you can go after that crown to get your queen status to attract your king. Peace and blessings to each one of you out there. And I wish all of you a blessed 2019.